Former Miami Congressman David Rivera, who represented South Florida's District 25 more than a decade ago, is facing federal charges this morning. A Florida senator is also referenced in the indictment. CBS 4 anchor Elliot Rodriguez reports.
The 34-page indictment alleges that former Congressman David Rivera signed a $50 million deal with Venezuela's state-owned oil company without registering as a foreign agent as required by law. Prosecutors say Rivera worked to improve the image of Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro, ironic since Rivera was a vocal opponent of the Venezuelan regime during his 2 years in Congress.
It was recently discovered that a Venezuelan national prone to anti-American activity is present and active on U.S. soil.
That's Rivera calling for the expulsion of Venezuela's consul general in Miami in 2011. 6 years later, prosecutors claim Rivera and Esther Nuffer, a Miami lobbyist and public relations consultant, were hired by the Maduro government. From the indictment, it was the purpose of the conspiracy for the defendants to unlawfully enrich themselves by engaging in political activities in the United States on behalf of the government of Venezuela and by representing the interests of the government of Venezuela before officials of the United States government. The indictment claims Rivera and Nuffer were paid handsomely for their work. The final contract signed by David Rivera provided for 5 installment payments of $5 million each and a final payment of $25 million for a total of $50 million. The indictment also claims Rivera, Nuffer, and 2 others met with a Trump administration advisor and a Florida senator who was not named. Beginning in or around June 2017, David Rivera and Esther Nuffer, Foreign Individual 1 and Individual 1, refocused their attention on lobbying and attempting to lobby U.S. government officials, including U.S. Senator 1 and White House Advisor 1, in an effort to further the Maduro regime's goal of normalizing relations between the United States and Venezuela. Prosecutors say Rivera and his co-defendants used the money to pay for real estate, luxury yachts, and contributions to Rivera's failed State House campaign 4 years ago. Elliot Rodriguez, CBS 4 This Morning.
Well, the indictment does not name who Senator 1 is, but we do know that Senator Marco Rubio was the Trump administration's point man on Venezuela. Rubio and Rivera have been close for years, so close, in fact, that they were roommates and owned a home together while they served in Tallahassee. There's been no comment from Senator Rubio on the arrest.